This Sunday night, the Buffalo Bills finally, and I mean finally, get the game they've been waiting for. A home playoff game against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Finally!
This is going to be the first road playoff game of Patrick's career, and if we know anything about him by now, it's that he's not going out without a fight, and he doesn't lose the fight very often.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me.
Welcome back to the Bills Bunker. I'm Jake Varco, and today I'm going to be previewing Sunday Night Football's matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Divisional Round. This is must-see television. As T.O. would say, get your popcorn ready because this is going to be a massive game, and we got a big preview ahead of us too.
Still get your popcorn ready.
But if you haven't yet, I'd like to take a moment to encourage you to subscribe to the Bills Bunker and check out other content on the channel. I'll be at this Bills-Chiefs matchup live from Highmark Stadium, recording my reaction video and plenty of other content. It's going to be chilly, but it's going to be worth it. So Kansas City is rolling into this game after squishing the fish in what looked like the North Pole at Arrowhead last weekend. It was chilly. They defeated Miami 26-7. And they've now won 4 straight games in the playoffs, dating back to last year's divisional round game against the Jags. And on top of that, Mahomes has never been eliminated before reaching the AFC Championship game. We all know that this Chiefs team, it's different. So that's a lot that's going against Buffalo, if I'm being honest. And when you consider the fact that this Bills squad hasn't beat KC in the playoffs, it doesn't help. But they definitely have some things working in their favor this time. They're finally getting the Chiefs at home in the playoffs. And this is a Kansas City team that has struggled offensively all year, especially with the dropped passes. Mahomes, we all know he's a great quarterback, makes the most out of every situation, but there's only so much he can do. Meanwhile, Buffalo has been on a tear, and that all started when they beat Kansas City in Kansas City at Arrowhead back in Week 14. I think it's pretty obvious, and it's fair to say that this is the Bills' best opportunity at knocking out Kansas City, but it's not going to be easy. That's no easy task. These two teams have so many similarities, it's actually amazing. Obviously, you have the quarterbacks who are both spectacular, but both teams also have a ferocious pass rushing defense and great pass protection on the offensive line. Like these two teams, two of the top teams in sacks, and then two of the top teams offensively in terms of not allowing those sacks as well. Then you have two tight end groups who are very solid. Obviously, it's really different when you have Travis Kelce, but his production hasn't been what it's been in years past. Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. Kincaid's really been an emerging young tight end, and Knox, he's a reliable option for Josh Allen at this point in his career. The wide receiving core is where things really change in the Bills' favor. When you look at the wide receiver core, Kansas City drops everything. Buffalo, not as much. And then on the defensive side of the ball, these are two top 10 defenses, but I think it's clear Kansas City has a better defense, especially when you consider the injuries that Buffalo has on that side of the ball right now. Another massive concern for this Bills team right now is that lengthy injury report. Obviously, Sam Martin, Terrell Bernard, Taron Johnson, Rasul Douglas, they were all on this injury report. Then you have players that were ruled out, including Gabe Davis, Christian Benford, Balen Spector, and Taylor Rapp. Those guys are all listed as out. So you have some players who could potentially come back, and I think the most important players to get back, obviously, there's 3 of them. Rasul Douglas, Taron Johnson, and then you need Terrell Bernard in the middle. I think if you get Bernard back, that's massive, especially when you look at the season that he's been having. Rasul Douglas, he was a massive piece that the Bills went out and traded for at the trade deadline. And Taron Johnson in the slot, he's just been so reliable for this team over the years. Come up with some big plays against Kansas City in the past, so would like to see it again. This game could be a shootout like we saw a few years back in that AFC Divisional Round game at Arrowhead. That overtime matchup, the heartbreaker for Bills fans, but realistically, I feel like this is going to go the other way and be more of a defensive slugfest. And if that's indeed how this game plays out, it becomes even more important for Josh Allen and the offense to play mistake-free football. They need to capitalize on their opportunities to score points, and they've shown that they can do that over this late stretch of the year. They've been excellent over the last 6 weeks, but this test on Sunday night, it's going to be different. Currently, this team's favored by 2.5 points over the Kansas City Chiefs at home, according to FanDuel. And this line makes sense because the Bills have been the better team, especially in the later half of the season, and they have home field advantage. Bills Mafia, that place is going to be rocking. It makes sense that the Bills are favored in this spot. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of bettors that bet on Kansas City as underdogs, and realistically, I can't blame you for betting on Mahomes as an underdog. That doesn't happen very often, so when it does, it's obviously an appealing situation. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Josh Allen needs to win this game from a legacy standpoint. He knows that, and I can guarantee you, he doesn't want to be remembered as the guy that couldn't beat Patrick Mahomes. No. Allen wants this win. Allen wants to win a Super Bowl, and he wants to cement his legacy as one of the all-time greats. That's what a win here can help him do. This Bills-Chiefs matchup is going to be insane. It's going to be wild. I don't think I'm ever going to see that stadium as loud as I'm going to see it on Sunday night. Because that place, Bills fans have been waiting to get Kansas City at home in the playoffs for at least 3 years now. So, this place, it's going to be energized. And it doesn't matter that it's cold. It's going to be energized. That place is going to be rocking. It's going to be like an AC/DC concert in there. It's going to be wild. A madhouse. As I mentioned earlier, I'm super hyped up for this game, just like the rest of Bills Mafia is. I'm really excited to be going down to Highmark Stadium for this game. I'll be getting tons of content, recording my reaction video, and doing other interviews with fans, and just a bunch of fun stuff. There's going to be a different level of energy at Highmark Stadium this weekend, and you can be right there with me by clicking that subscribe button, staying tuned for that reaction video and other content coming your way. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Really helps out the channel in a massive way. I can't wait. I legitimately cannot wait. This game's going to be massive. Highmark Stadium's got to get loud. It's going to be awesome. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. I'm Jake Varco, and this is the Bills Bunker.